Gray's All Frog here. It's time for the Friday update from the pond for the 23rd of September 2016. Welcome, gentles all. I have returned from vacation. There are a number of exciting things that have happened, a number of exciting things that will happen. Oh, that's the future! Hee. Didn't mean to show you that. Look, it's the present. Okay, so I got a quick glimpse of the future. And why would we do it again? We'll just do it live. So here is where we were, and we're going to talk a little bit about the schedule where we were. We're going to talk a little bit about the schedule next week, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about my vacation because I was on holiday and it was a fun time. I'd like to share that with you, and I'd like to show you some things that happened. So this is this week. You'll notice I'm not done. You'd think I might have been, considering that everything that isn't GeoGuessr 267, 268, the update, or CS Design 9, I guess CS Design 10 and GeoGuessr 269, were recorded on Sunday, or at least by Sunday. I just kind of was lazy. Oh, that's not true. I didn't do CS Design 8 until Monday night. So I kind of like, the only thing I didn't do was the last 3 GeoGuessrs and the 3 City Skylines and the update, of course. And then I just kind of Monday just did CS 8, and I was like, you know what, that's enough. Tuesday I streamed, of course. Yesterday I was like, I can't be bothered. And then today is Thursday, and so I'm now actually like, maybe I should finish this stuff. Because I was doing really well and staying ahead, and it was actually felt really good. It helped that I had recorded some of GeoGuessr ahead of time before I left as well. But I'm back and things are going well. We did the Saturday Great White North Challenge for GeoGuessr, and there were not 3 repeat locations. It was actually a very good challenge, so hopefully you guys will enjoy that when it goes live later today and the subreddit, and then you'll see it on my channel tomorrow for you if you happen to watch these live. And then it'll be ready to go. So there you have it. Factorissimo went very well. I think Factorio hands-free as well. And spoiler alert, there may or may not be robots by the end of the week, so I'm excited about that. And Afterbirth was quite good. If you watched the live stream footage that went immediately live for some reason, instead of creating another show like it always has every week, it just replaced the show from the 6th, which sucks because it means we lost the show from September 6th. And I don't know why that happened. So, we'll have to see, and I'm going to have to try and do everything I can to avoid that for next week. It was very sad, actually, that it got rid of it. And I hope that's not a continuation thing, or the live stream from the 13th will go away, or the 20th, rather, which is very sad. But it spoils a little bit of Sunday's run for Afterbirth. So if you like Afterbirth, I'd wait to see the live stream, and if you've already seen it, sorry, too late. So it spoiled a little bit of Sunday's. Oops, but that's okay. I'm loving City Skylines. I've added more mods that make it seem even better. So that's good. And CK2, I'm having a lot of fun as well. So let's go to next week. Next week, it's going to be more of the same, except you'll notice there's a little bit of change here in the 10 a.m. slot. I have been given two, actually, keys for Can't Drive This, which is Pixel Maniac's next game. You'll remember Pixel Maniacs are the guys who gave us Chroma Gun. And Can't Drive This looks really cool. It's a racing game where one player races as the other person is building the track. It looks amazing. A couple of problems. One, it's Windows only, so I feel a little dirty if I record it and put it on the channel. Two, I'm not sure I can, because I don't think my laptop can handle it. So I'm going to try and run it on Wine. I've already reached out to the developers. They're going to keep me posted on the Linux development. I kind of think I'm going to volunteer to be a beta tester for the Linux environment because I really want to play this game. It looks amazingly cool, and I want to be able to play it. I'm going to be playing it with George. That's already been decided. We're recording it tonight as you watch this. If you watch this on Friday, it'll be late for me, but it doesn't matter. I don't work on Saturday. So we are going to record that late Friday night and put it on the channel, or at least just have a lot of fun playing it, if nothing else. So I'm not entirely certain how that's going to work yet. I will try it out in Wine. Who knows? It's pre-early access. It actually will come out on Tuesday the 26th. So I've already been given the okay that I could put this video live on Monday, and it's going to be a fun time had by all. I don't know if the Linux version will be available by then or not, but maybe. And everything else is the same. Okay. Hi. How are you? Oh, what's that with the white bar up top? I'll just click in there and then click out. You get to see all my different applications. Go down. Come on. Thank you. I don't know what the white bar was about, but there it is. So I'm in front of my green screen for a number of reasons. One, to show off my new green screen. See, it's backwards. I'm not very good with that, but you can see the seam right here. it's a seam, because it's all one piece. I've sewed it all together, so I'm very excited about the fact that I have sewed everything together, and it works significantly better than it did on the live stream. It looked really quite good. My only problem now is the lights. So, you know, head over to patreon.com/purplefrogplays and bring more to the show. Basically, your donation dollars are helping to build a new lighting system, essentially, so I could actually put lights here and have it shine through, but not on me, so it goes backwards. It'll be fine. So that's what we're doing. Next is to hopefully get a better lighting system. I look a little different in cheese. I'm gonna have to like start wearing like makeup or something. I don't know. But I look at that sort now, and then I went back. But cheese is just a photo booth for Linux, and it's a really easy, quick way to get a full screen video image of me onto the screen, because I'm still using Simple Screen Recorder to record my videos, because I just don't trust OBS to not give me clicking audio when I record at 1080p. I just don't. So I'm going to use Simple Screen Recorder because it does work, and then I have to use a second software to do the screen thing, and I've changed the settings. I built the saturation a little bit different, the hues a little bit different. So, you know, we'll go from there. But it's there, and there may even be a photograph behind me from my trip, if I'm going to be that cool. But what I am going to do is just basically talk about the trip and intersperse different photos that I happen to have. If I have a video, I'll put that up there. The audio on my phone is actually pretty good. All of the video and the pictures were done with my smartphone, which was surprising that smartphones have come that far. I didn't know, but I did put a I think a 256 gigabyte flash drive into it, you know, a micro SD card, and I didn't know I could handle that, but it's there. And I just took a lot of videos and a lot of pictures and what have you, and we're going to just basically start looking at it now. I don't know what order I'm going to put them up in, but I'm just going to, you know, talk and probably have to write notes later when I listen to the video and edit it all together, so that way I can put things in the right order. But that's life. We're doing it live. We're pulling an O'Reilly, and we're moving off the script. But essentially, where I was for the first few days on my holidays actually was in town with Buckeye Game Fest, and I didn't take any pictures there, but it was a good time, enjoyable. Played a lot of good games, played some new games, played some old favorites, and hung out with friends I hadn't seen in a while and friends that I had. So it was a very good time. It's a smaller con, so if you're looking for a smaller gaming con experience, I highly recommend it, and you should check it out next year. It will be, I believe, the third week in September. I don't know. I'd have to check. But you can go to buckeyegamefest.org or .com, or just search for Buckeye Game Fest, and it'll show you. I think the next dates will be released, if they haven't already been. By the time we watch this, it'll be very soon, because I'm fairly certain a signed contract is imminent. So that's what I did for the first few days. It was a lot of fun. Then on Sunday, my wife and I went up to my parents' house. They live outside of Detroit, about 45 minutes northwest of Detroit, give or take. And we golfed in a charity golf outing with to benefit the Cristo Rey schools in Detroit. And it's a very worthwhile high school organization that will essentially help underprivileged students be able to go to college. That's its whole mission, is to funnel the education in that way that it will help underprivileged people go to college, which is fantastic. And it's a charity that I would support. My father's company sponsored a foursome. They sponsored a whole, so it was cool. It was my dad, my mom, and my aunt and I took a bunch of pictures of that, so those may end up on this roll as well. I did go to they have a new plaque at their house that says, I think it says, in 1897 absolutely nothing happened in this spot, and I took a video of that because it's ridiculous. That's the kind of humor that my dad has, and that's how I got it, and so you can blame him for all the crazy stuff. I did get sunburned. I don't know, you probably can't. No, it looks pasty white. Trust me, this is quite tan for me. I've been peeling for the last 4 days because I didn't wear any sunscreen, because my mom said, you won't need any sunscreen, you'll only be out there for a few hours. Well, she's not paying attention to the fact that she was in a golf league all summer, so she's been working on being tan. I have not. So I was out for 4.5 hours. It took us to do the round of 18, because it's a championship course. We're at the Birmingham Country Club. Other country clubs are available, but This one was particularly crazy. It was gorgeous, lovely views, well maintained. It's a private country club, 100%. If you would like to be a member, they're doing a membership drive right now. The initiation fee is a steal at only $36,000. That's American, 36,000 American dollars. That's the initiation fee. Don't worry, $4,500 of that is stock in the country club. So when you leave, you do get that $4,500 back. So that's very generous. I mean, this is real money we're talking about. It was a hell of a course, and we should not have been playing it. It was awful. Our foursome was we finished last. We scored an 83. It was real bad because I was the best golfer, and I haven't golfed in 3 years. So that'll tell you something. It was rough, but it was a lot of fun, and it was for a good cause, and that was the important thing. And it was a really enjoyable experience. So we overnighted again Monday night at my parents' house. And then on Tuesday, we drove up to Mackinac Island. Well, not to the island because you can't drive onto the island because there's a ferry. So we drove to the ferry, took the ferry across. There's 3 different ferries that you could take to get across to Mackinac Island. There are no cars on Mackinac Island, except when we were there when they were doing construction. And so there were construction trucks and all this stuff. So it was actually really quite noisy. But it was low. I mean, it's not the high season anymore, right? We're ramping down. By the end of October, there is no tourism on the island. So, but it's a cheaper time to go, and it's a wonderful thing. We stayed at a lovely hotel called the Murray Hotel. Other hotels are available. I highly recommend the Island House. Full disclosure, my cousins own it. So, so there you go. And they're also the Ryba Fudge people, so I highly recommend them. Again, full disclosure, my cousins own it. So check out the Ryba Fudge. It is really good though, because we've been to Mackinac as kids. I was just up there. We sampled all the fudge that was there, and the Mackinac Island fudge is probably the best quality fudge. It was voted the best fudge 5 years in a row on the island. If you're looking for a creamier fudge, the Murray Hotel fudge is creamier, but I don't think that makes it better. Personally, I like a harder set fudge. It's not hard because it's not brittle. It's fudge, but it's really quite enjoyable. So go ahead and check it out. You can also go to Ryba, I think it's rybas.com, rybas.com, and order it online and have it shipped to your house. It's really good. And again, full disclosure, they are my cousins. But we stayed at the competing hotel because while it wasn't busy, there's still people that are there, so there wasn't room, and so we stayed at the other hotel, which is fine. The room itself was the size of my office at my office at work, not the office I have right here, which is my bedroom, well, second bedroom. So it's like second bedroom size. This was like office sized. It was small. The queen bed, there was like 2 feet of space between the door and the queen bed. Like the door could barely open, so it must have been just about 3 feet of space. And then going into the restroom, there was, I think, maybe 4 feet from the edge of the bed to the door of the restroom, but the sink was in the bedroom, so that's another 2 feet of space. And then the bureau was also in that same wall, so it was kind of crazy, and it was very small. Lovely, very lovely. Everything was good. The linens were fine. The bed was well maintained. Everything was clean when we got in. It was fantastic. I mean, it's what you would expect from a tourist trap, essentially, because that's what Mackinac Island is. There's a lot of history on the island, but its primary income stream is from tourism. So while we were there, we happened to stumble upon one of the local joints, which is the Mustang Lounge. Other restaurants are available, but the Mustang Lounge is, I think, where the locals go because it felt like a bar. It was a bar / pub, whatever, where you could get food. Their fries are amazing. I think they're paprika. It tasted kind of like that to me. If it wasn't paprika, it's some sort of cayenne, like peppery thing. They were fantastic, very well done, crunchy on the outside, chewy on the inside, exactly like a French fry is supposed to be. I had a mac and cheese grilled cheese. So I don't mean like mac and cheese and grilled cheese. I mean, it was together, right? So the cheese was the mac and cheese on my grilled cheese, and it had bacon. It was tremendous. It was so good. I enjoyed it, and it was affordable. You know, I mean, you're still on an island. Things still have to be ferried in. They still have to be flown in. There's an airstrip. It's 3,500 feet, so it's not like it's a significant airstrip. But it's still there, and it's just it is what it is, and so it's a little bit more expensive than being on the mainland, but it's better than eating at one of the the really touristy places to eat. It's a very good time, and the wait staff was friendly. Everything was great. If anybody from the Mustang Lounge is watching, congratulations, you did a great place. And like I said, there's other places to eat on the island if you really want to. The second day that we were there, we spent quite a number of hours biking the island. So it's an 8.2 mile circumference. I mean, it's not a circle, but that's the route. It's Michigan Route 185 that goes around the island. And we went the whole thing. We rented a bike for a couple of hours. Pro tip, there are plenty of bike rental places, so if you want to rent a bike, go ahead and do it. It's going to cost you at least 2 hours anyway. If you have your own bike, bring it. There is limited bike parking, but bring your own bike, because it's $10 to bring it across on the ferry versus essentially for a good 3-speed. We did a 3-speed cruiser, and that was $8 an hour. So, you know, per bike. So we spent 2 hours. We could have spent more, and the bikes were just tremendous. We didn't even go inside. Like, we really just stayed on the edge of the island and in Main Street. We didn't go to the second town. There's 2 towns on the island. So we were just in Mackinac Island itself, and it's just, there's so much that you could see, but we were only there for 2 nights, so it was very limited. But the bikes are very good, very well maintained. Every bike is essentially the same price. I think it must be controlled because I'm pretty sure they're livery registered, registered. But it was really quite good, and that we took a trip around the island, saw a lot of good things. You're probably looking at them right now because I would like this video to be more interesting than me just staring at this green screen the whole time. So there are very cool things to do. The next morning we left the island, took a ferry across, got back in the car and drove back down, and we stopped because it's about 7 hours, give or take, from our house up to Mackinac. So we stopped again about halfway in Frankenmuth, Michigan, which is a lovely, lovely town. It's sort of like Little Bavaria, and it has a good fried chicken. It's not a great fried chicken, I'll be honest. The Zender fried chicken is not. It's nothing to write home about, but it's good. It's hearty. The meal, if you have the dinner at either Zender's or at the Bavarian Inn, because it's the same chicken. It's really good. I'm not going to call it great, but it's good. It's hearty. It'll fill you up. Plenty of different sides. Plenty of good food. But you should at least do it once. Like once in your lifetime, go to Frankenmuth, have Zender's chicken. But it's not necessary. So when we ate dinner, we just went to like it wasn't a local joint because it was part of the Bavarian. What was it called? Michigan on Main, I think it is. But it's more set up like a pub, and it's more common, you know, like sandwichy type food. It's not the big family Bavarian style meal Bavarian / American style meal that you would get there. But it's cool. It's got some really kitschy stores. It's got an old country store, which is cool. So I always buy some of those. They're little sticks, you know. I can't even. They're like sticks about that long that are candied, and that is so a weird perspective because they are not next to each other at all, but it looks like they are. That's my fingers. If I'm not covering this up with another video, they're about like I don't know 8 inches long, and it's just like it's candy. It's sugared candy, right? But different flavors. So I pick up that. We picked up some anise drops because I love anisette. We picked up all sorts because all sorts are amazing. A bunch of different candies. It was basically like a candy smorgasbord. Keeping in mind, we bought 4.5 pounds of fudge on the island and 24 ounces by weight of taffy, also on the island, before we even got to Frankenmuth. So now we're buying more candy at the store. This is why you get to be an adult, kids. You can do whatever the hell you want. And then we went to the Zender's Bakery, got some cinnamon raisin bread because I love their cinnamon raisin bread. It's frosted. It toasts up very nice. If you take you could peel the frosting off, toast it up, and then like spread the frosting on the bread. It's really quite good. Other frosted cinnamon breads are available, I guess. But we did that. It was Oktoberfest. It was the first night of their Oktoberfest when we got there. We didn't even know. We were there. Plus, by the way, the room was twice the size. It was fantastic. We stayed at one of the big chains there. We had in the past stayed at the Bavarian Inn, which is very fine if you like that sort of thing. A lot of indoor pools and stuff, but it's a little more pricey. It's worth it, I think, but we were just trying to be a little more frugal because the island is really pricey, so we were trying to save some money coming back down. But we did that. It was a lot of fun. It was a good time. Then we came back that Friday, went to an event called the Night of Chocolate, which benefits the cancer support community of Central Ohio, which is also another really good cause. that they provide over 80 programs to cancer patients for free, and it's really good, and it's their big showcase event. Over 900 people were there. It was wild, and it's all about chocolate, which obviously for me sucked because I can't eat chocolate. But for my wife, it was fantastic because she loved it. Last year there was white chocolate. This year there was not. But there's always food. So like I had some Chinese food. I had some French food. They were making crepes, but with Nutella, so I couldn't have it. But different things like that. It was a very lovely time. But we literally drove home, got in the shower, got dressed, went to this event. It was that timing thing. And then Saturday and Sunday I spent all day recording, and now here we are. So it's about a 20-minute update for me. That's pretty much normal, but that was the trip. I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed sharing all these things with you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing it. But we're going strong. We're having a good time. And don't forget, if you are one of the Patreon people that has subscribed to a level that allows you to see the monthly planning call, that will be on Sunday. I've already sent out that message about it on Patreon. Hopefully you got that. It'll be 2 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to settle on the third Sundays for the most part, but because of the vacation and everything just kind of got mixed around. So it'll be this Sunday at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. And if you miss it, then I will post a transcript of it exclusively for Patreon people at that level. So if you want to get into it, you got to go. So it's one way to help kind of drive that extra level. If you're curious about Patreon, I did mention it earlier. That $1 subscription that you will give a month is more than 1,000 video views. So advertising views. I don't think they're putting ads at the end or in the middle of well, I know they're not putting them in the middle. I don't think they're at the end. They're just at the beginning of some of your videos. And that $1 a month is more than I would get from you watching most of my videos, to be honest with you, which is, I appreciate YouTube's business model. I think they need their cut too. So I'm saying don't, necessarily, if you can watch it with the ads, watch it with the ads, man, because every little bit helps us continue as YouTube content creators. But if you can, go over there and you put that $1, it's great. $2 gets you on the website, $3 gets you at the end of every video, $5 gets you to that monthly call and at the end of the videos, and then $10 is we play a game together every month. So that'll be kind of like the subscriber game that a lot of people do on Twitch, although I know it's $10 is more than the $5 you do on Twitch. So we might look at restructuring, but the planning call will be quite interesting because, as I've mentioned in the past, I'm considering launching another channel that is looking like we'll be on pace for that for January as a new launch, and getting some good collaborators. I think that will help make that a very interesting time. So all that's very exciting. Hey, look, I love doing this channel. Thank you so much for allowing it to happen every day, every week, every month, and to continue to bring this into your living room, bedrooms, or bathrooms, wherever you may happen to be watching this. I hope you enjoyed this update. We are done for today. If you did click that like button, it does help even on these updates to get those search rankings higher and higher. Consider subscribing to the channel, certainly if you haven't done so already. You probably have if you're watching this video, though, but if you haven't, subscribe, because that really does help. The more subscribers, the more support you get from YouTube, and then the more it grows and everything like that. Share this around all over the place, if not this video, certainly some of the other videos. And until next time, cheers.